What is the best type monitors for console gaming, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S? I just upgraded to a curved monitor, and there's different aspects of the monitor you could look at, whether it's the hertz or whether it's the resolution of the screen. There's also different ports in the back. Most of the monitors are for PC, but if you're using it on a console, you're going to want an HDMI. They have HDMI 2 and 2.1 are the newest. So a lot of these questions you need answered before you just go spend your money on a new monitor. I found a new one. It's a Samsung G7. So I wanted to talk about how it works on PlayStation 4 and the new consoles that are coming out. The new systems promote 4K resolution, but they also support 120 frames per second. But a lot of these consoles can't do both at the same time. So you're gonna have to choose between the resolution or the frames per second because some of these consoles aren't strong enough. The older PlayStation 4 Pro is considered 4K, but it is very lower quality and frames per second could be lower. I thought the happy medium would be 1440, but it's not a huge bump in resolution from a 1080p monitor. You might want to save some money and maybe wait to get a 4K monitor that is higher frames per second. And you're going to want to make sure to get a good HDMI cable. If you're using a monitor with a console, you might want to turn off the FreeSync that comes with the monitor. The system that changes the frame rates within the monitor for PC, but it doesn't really work that well with consoles. So I turn it off and I can get upscaled 4K on my new screen. A better monitor can definitely make your gaming a lot better, but sometimes upgrading won't make that big of a difference if you don't do it properly. From a 1080p screen to a 1440 isn't the biggest jump, but from a 1080 to a 4K is a noticeable big difference. And also depending on the games that you play, if you play a faster paced game, you might want a faster screen. The base on the monitor or TV is usually 60 hertz, which is the slowest you would go. So if you want a faster speed, you want to go up to 120, 140, even 240, which is the screen that I bought, the Samsung G7. I will be doing a review later once I get more hands-on experience with the TV to let you know exactly how it works on consoles. Which kind of monitor or TV is really the best for newer consoles is really up to you and the games that you play. But I would say the 4K resolution is or miss depending on the game. So it's going to come down to the developers and how much they support 4K in their game. You know, like Spider-Man's Miles Morales, it came out first thing when the PlayStation 5 came out. You have an option between performance or if you want more resolution. So if you want faster frames per second, or if you want better resolution and better ray tracing and all those types of high-end features. What are you currently on while you're doing your gaming? Is it a TV or monitor? Leave it down in the comment section below and let's talk about it. So when it comes down to the best monitors for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S, there are a couple of different features that you're going to want to look at when you're doing your research. You want to look at, obviously, the resolution. Is it 140, 1080p, 4K? And then also the hertz of the screen, how fast is it? They usually start at 60 and go all the way up to 240, I think even in the 300s. But the new consoles can't handle that speed anyway, so you're going to want to at least get 144 hertz. Also, you want to look at the different options of ports you have in the background, because in the back of the monitor, because the consoles usually only support HDMI, so you want to get the fastest HDMI port possible. Lastly is the size of the screen itself. You want to make sure that it fits into your spot, and also the pixels, how many pixels is in the screen, and the HDR features are some things that are new in some of these monitors. At the end of the day, it is really hard to say the best monitor for the PlayStation 5 because there are so many different features. People use their monitor or TV in a lot of different ways. So it really comes up to you and what you like. If you're coming from an older TV or monitor, you might see a big difference in the newer screens. So ultimately, it's gonna come down to how much you can spend and how much of an improvement is the TV or monitor actually gonna give you when it comes to your gaming, because the worst thing you can do is jump to a new screen and thinking you're gonna get a big increase and it's gonna be so much better, and at the end of the day it just doesn't happen for you. So you're definitely gonna wanna do your research when it comes down to the best monitor or TV for your PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series S, because there are so many different options you can choose from and they aren't the cheapest, so you wanna make sure you don't waste your money. With that being said, have fun gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next video.